In this best start guide for the Outer Worlds 2, we'll go over some of the best skills, perks, weapons, armor, and gadgets you can get in your first hour of the game after exiting the tutorial that will make you insanely powerful. And with these starting tips, you'll be able to steal anything, jump farther, dominate your enemies with multiple different weapons, get the best companion in the game, and even turn yourself invisible. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about in the Outer Worlds 2. Let's jump right into it. Now, in terms of character creation, this guide will work for most character builds, but we do need a bit of lock-picking skill early to get access to some better gear. So I would recommend prioritizing that, or even use the Brilliant trait that lets you specialize in 3 skills. So you could do like guns or melee as your main damage skill, then take lockpick and maybe speech as a 3rd skill for a pretty solid starting build. But make sure to invest up to 3 skill points into lockpick as soon as you get them, because we will need it to get some extra loot, but also to unlock the pickpocket perk, which should be the first perk that you grab just to make things extremely easy. Okay, with basic character creation out of the way, let's pick things right up after the tutorial. Although you can really do any of these at any time, but doing these specific steps early on is going to give you a ton of great options and a super powerful character. Waking up on your ship, you have a few options right away. First, you should head into the storage room and check out the lockers along the walls. This will give you a bit of ammunition, but also access to a suit of armor and helmet, similar to what you got in the first Outer Worlds game called the Hibernation Suit and Helmet. The suit here gives you decent defensive stats for the start of the game, and the helmet is nice too because it recharges your gadget energy 40% faster, which is awesome. If you didn't know, gadget energy is basically how you power your gadgets, including the tactical time dilation or slowdown mechanic in the game. Next to the lockers, you'll notice a locked cabinet which has a legendary rifle called Rookie's Reward. And even though this is locked with a pretty high lockpick check, you can actually get it quite easily by jumping over these crates in the back of the room and hitting this secret switch against the wall, which unlocks the cabinet. The Rookie's Reward starts out weak, but actually levels up and gets more powerful as you use it, which is quite unique and great for a medium-range rifle build. Now, once you've left the ship, head immediately to the left looking for this glowing Auntie's Choice sign to pick up another great early weapon, the triple-barrel shotgun. We'll be able to modify this a bit later with different damage types like shock or plasma, making it one of the most powerful early game weapons. From there, I recommend a quick trip to the south, to the Crabble Farm location, where you can speak to the rancher there and get a quest to heal her sick crab. This is easiest to do if you already have a trauma kit, which you should have left over from the tutorial. You can just use that trauma kit on Lucy the crab, and you've got your first pet that gets to live with you on your ship. You'll get several pets during your adventure, and there's an achievement actually for picking up most of these. You also get the rancher's safe key, which you can use to get a light revolver pistol if you want another weapon option. From there, feel free to head back north to the main town called Fairfield. Before entering town though, make a quick trip around the left side of town through the crop fields where you can actually get one of the most useful items in the game. The very unique battle helm of Terrobane is found here, just on top of the scarecrow. Cool name, but it's really just a bucket that you wear on your head with the eyes cut out, while also getting to use the unique camouflage perk to turn invisible when you stand still. And now they did make this so you can't change to a third-person view while using it, which makes sense for balance purposes. But as we'll see, the camouflage invisibility mod works great when you need to steal something in front of an NPC or even pickpocket them with 0 risk because you're invisible. Definitely a weird item, but you can use it right away and for the entire game to steal anything that you want. From there, feel free to head into town, steal whatever isn't locked down, now that you have all the right tools that you need to do so, and head into the police station next. Talk to these troopers who want to use those lockpick skills to break into the locked armory. Here you'll get a nice armor mod and a very useful shock machine gun. This thing slaps when it comes to facing robotic enemies, so make sure to keep it handy. Before you leave the station though, you might want to grab the police officer clothing and hat in the back office if you're role-playing a gunslinger style build. It's not bad, especially when combined with our next item. For that, speak to Arthur Comby in the middle of town. He's one of the main vendors here, and from him you can purchase the unique Rattler pistol with the Snake Shot mod. This converts standard cartridges into shotgun shells that spread out for a ton of bonus damage. So basically a shotgun in the form of a revolver. Now, this is perfect for an earlier gunslinger style build, especially focusing on weak point damage. While here, I would also buy the plasma barrel mod for the shotgun you picked up earlier. This thing is devastating, and the plasma burn is especially good versus creatures, which you face a lot of these on the first planet. Oh, and you can also pick up the holster mod by stealing it from his back room. Slotting this into your helmet, whichever you want to use, will allow you to equip 3 weapons at once, which is a nice early bonus and saves you from spending a perk point, since you normally only get to slot 3 weapons using the commando perk. From there, you can head to the largest building in town and speak to the town's leaders, Carr and Milver Street. Whichever NPC you side with, they both have keys which can be stolen and used to unlock chests for decent rewards, including a burst biomass pistol which deals corrosion damage. This is actually your go-to weapon later on when fighting enemies in heavy armor, like the Protectorate faction, so make sure to hang on to this. You might actually see other videos on YouTube which mention legendary helmets and armor, which you could previously get from these chests, but it does seem that Obsidian patched this out before the full release of the game, and now they only let you get one or the other after completing their main mission. So just an FYI there, you'll get Carr's Cuirass for siding with Carr, or the Gentleman's Hat if you side with Milver Street, and it doesn't seem like you can get both anymore, unfortunately. Before leaving town, though, speak to Huell Chandri, who will task you with tracking down some advanced technology, which, believe me, you want to do this side quest. And then make sure to pick up the bounty quest as well from the terminal, which is located directly behind him. Now that you're set up with a lot of different loot options, you can safely leave town and head towards the west to track down that drone bounty. But like I mentioned earlier, anything mechanical doesn't stand a chance in this game versus shock damage. So now's the time to put that shock machine gun we got earlier in the armory to the test and absolutely destroy those drones. You might run low on ammo as well, but there is more located in the back in this cabinet. Go ahead and continue on south from there until you approach this giant structure where you'll be able to pick up the pale double jump boots. This is by far the best gadget in the game when it comes to mobility, and you can actually miss out on this, so I recommend you pick this up as early as possible. You can use the quest here to practice your sprinting and double jumping up the mountainside. To finish the quest with the 2 NPCs at the top, they'll also reward you with a legendary helmet, the Monocular Target Finder, which has 10% bonus weak spot damage, which is not bad. But from there, you can fast travel back to town to complete the research quest and also turn in your bounty at the same time. By this point, you should be able to access a location called the Ministry of Accuracy, which is where you can meet Inez for the first time as well. Follow up with her to eventually recruit her to join your party. I do think she's better than Val, as she does solid healing, good damage, and also some of the earliest upgrades for any companion in the game. I recommend using her in combination with Niles at this point. But by now you should have a ton of powerful weapons and armor, double jump boots, and an invisibility helmet, along with some great companions, and you're off to a great start. Hopefully this helps you know what to do first in the Outer Worlds too. If there's any tips I missed, make sure to let me know down in the comments section below. Also check out our recent video where I go over 20 must-know tips for the Outer Worlds too, with even more things that you need to know before starting the game. I'll have that linked on the screen right now, and I will see you there.